What's up, guys? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Results or Excuses. So today I want you to kind of follow me with my topic and what we're going to discuss today. So think about today. Think about the things that you did. Now let's go further. Think about the things that you did not want to do. Now think about the things that you forced yourself to do, and think about the things that you should have done but you didn't do. So my whole point is that we always have all these decisions that we can choose to do on a daily basis. Now, more importantly, aside from that, let's talk about going to a job you don't like to do. Let's talk about going and studying for class that you don't really want to finish or study, or let's even talk about dealing with customers you don't want to deal on a daily basis. You're able to force yourself and move past that to accomplish the task at hand. Now, the real question is, why aren't you forcing yourself to do the things that you have set out for yourself? Why aren't you forcing yourself to go to the gym when you said, hey, I'm going to lose weight by the new year or get by the summertime? Why aren't you forcing yourself to take that course to further your career or get a real estate license? Or why aren't you doing your makeup tutorials? Or why aren't you having the relationships that you seek to have? That's what I want to talk about. So today we're discussing how a lot of people get in the rut of forcing themselves to do what they don't want to do, such as go to work. However, they aren't forcing themselves to do their goals and objectives and achievements. So let's go and double that, right? Let's kind of talk about that and kind of go and see, why is that, right? So the reason why a lot of people force themselves to do what they don't want to do at the end is because there's immediate consequences. So if you don't go to work, you probably get fired. If you get fired, you can't pay your bills. Or, the homework assignment. If you don't do the homework assignment, you fail your class, and if you fail your class, you can't graduate. But let's take on to the other spectrum. Let's take on the contrary of the side, right? Let's go back and see, so let's take it to the other side, right? So let's say if you don't do your set goal, the reason why it's not alarming and the reason why it's not such a big issue and why you put it off is because there's no immediate consequences. However, these have the biggest consequences on your life. If you decide to put off your dreams, goals, and ambitions, you end up working your house for someone else's. You end up being stuck in a place that you don't like, driving what you don't want to drive, living what you don't want to live, and being around people who you don't want to be around, which ultimately is the biggest consequences and the biggest mistake you could possibly make in your life. So with that being said, let's transition into what you can do about it. So I'm gonna have three steps that's gonna help you get from your current situation to help you start taking the steps and actions to start forcing yourself to do the things that you know you should be doing, but you're not. So step one, I want you to write down what you aren't doing. So first problem is we need to identify the things that you should be doing. And most of us, we know what we should be doing, so it shouldn't be a hard step. You already know that you should probably be working out, you should probably be making your YouTube videos, you should probably be editing, you should probably, be studying, etc. So that's step one. Now step two is going to be, what are the consequences that you'll face if you don't do the item? So the reason why we want to identify that is if you can know that if you don't do this, this will happen, then you'll be able to adjust and refine your behaviors. So humans like two things in life. They like to get pleasure and like to avoid pain. So we'll do anything possible to avoid pain. So if you can acknowledge and accept that if you don't do this item, you'll have massive pain, you'll be more motivated to accomplish the item opposed to delaying it and procrastinating. So step three is the most important, right? This is the most important. It's going to drive you through the past, push past your current obstacles and situations. Step three is going to be write down the reasons. I'll keep it simple, guys. Super easy. 3 reasons why you must get this done. Just three. Just three. Write down what you got to do and write down why you must get this done. So that right there, the reason why you want to write down your reasons is if you have, we're more likely to do stuff for other people than we are to do for ourselves. So if you write down, hey, I gotta do this for my mom, I gotta do it for my kid, I gotta do it for my girlfriend, my boyfriend, if you're dating someone, you're more likely to achieve it. 2, when it gets hard, when you don't want to wake up, when you have those reasons, that can be the extra motivator, extra item to push past whatever feeling you're feeling. So that's the reason why the reasons are so important to get your goals accomplished. And finally, in conclusion to the whole recap, we don't have forever, right? Eventually, we gotta pass away. Eventually, your time's gonna go. So stop taking your time for granted. Stop thinking that you have forever, because you only have a section of time, a window for the opportunity you're given. And it may be too late. Maybe, like, you know, you could have had something that would have been a hit and someone else produced it. Maybe someone else decides to do what you're doing and they take your idea and excel really well. So don't act like you have forever, because you don't. The innovation, the creativity that people are producing, and the content people are producing, it's insane, and it's just only going to increase. The competition is only going to get more and more and more. So finally, guys, you don't have time to waste. You don't have time to procrastinate. So do the damn thing. As always, guys, results or excuses. That was today's short episode. Do the damn thing. Thank you for tuning in. We'll have a next video posted next Sunday at 6 p.m.